What's up, you guys? Someone the other day asked me if I thought that FedEx routes were a low-risk business to buy, and if not, what would be the lowest risk business that they could buy? And the reality is that asking a question like this is not really all that valuable because it lacks the refinement and clarity that you need to be able to make a very good decision. So for example, there's actually 4 different types of risk associated with any business that you buy. You have your transition risk, your acquisition risk, your operational risk, and your market risk. And each one of those attributes can be high and low for the same business. So it's not like, oh, they're all really good here and they're all really bad here or whatever. It doesn't work like that. And so there's a lot of stuff that goes into understanding all these risks and trying to eliminate those whenever we do buy a business. But I want to talk today just about the operational risk and the market risk so you can start to see why asking questions like, is this business risky, is not really going to be all that valuable whenever people try to give you their opinion. And so the operational risk is the relationship between ourselves internally and the business, and the market risk is the external relationship between that external environment and the business itself. So it could be the FedEx contract, could be FedEx, could be the economy, all those sorts of things. So to illustrate this point really quickly, imagine someone came up to you and asked your opinion on whether you thought FedEx routes were risky or not. Now, remember, there's 4 types of risk. We are going to exclude the economic risk and the market risk. We're going to exclude the transition risk and acquisition risk. We're only going to focus on the operational risk and see how clearly you already know how risky this business is yourself. And so the point is, the first guy comes up and he says, look, I'm interested in these FedEx routes and I need to know if they're risky or not. You say, well, tell me operationally what this might look like. He says, well, I've got no money, so I'm going to get a full loan for the whole business. I've got no working capital. I'm scared to death to work. I'm terrified to get inside of a truck. I don't want to be working in the business. I want to work on the business. They're going to say, you know what? I hear that this is completely absentee and I live 5 hours away. Okay, that's person number 1. Now you got person number 2. They come up and they say, hey, I live 15 minutes away from the terminal. I'm paying cash for this business. I've got a tremendous amount of working capital and other income sources, and I'm not afraid to work as many hours as it takes to understand and learn and operate this business. Does the risk look even remotely similar between these 2 people? So essentially, you need to be asking, is the business risky for me? And then secondly, the answer is only going to come from one of 2 sources. Either it's someone that knows the business extremely well and you, or someone that understands the business well enough to be able to explain what's going on in the business with as least amount of bias as possible so you can make the personal decision on whether it is going to be risky for you or not. I can look at someone that's saying like, oh, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do any work, and say this business is going to be a disaster for you. It's ultra high risk. And for someone else, it's ultra low risk. Now again, that's only on one component of risk. There's 3 others that we have to deal with. But the point is already you can start to see that refining the way that you're thinking about risk and really starting to dig down and get clarity on that will help you start to think about other businesses, whether it's FedEx routes or anything else, and start to think clearly and be able to progress and not ask people bad questions that won't give you good answers. Anyway, hopefully this helps out a little bit. Like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.